Welcome, race fans, and welcome to United Dirt Sim Series and Pushing the Cushion Productions. My name is Billy Idle, and I'll be your race announcer for tonight's racing action at the United Dirt Sim Series 360 Outlaw Series here at the dirt track at Charlotte, race number 3. We just got done with some exciting racing in the 305 Unlimited with Jake Greenwood coming across with the win with a dominating fashion. Randy Shreves in that second spot and Riley Gray in the third. We had 40 cars at the 305 Open, and we're here with the 360 Open class, and right now we have 54 drivers and 50 cars have hit the dirt track here at the dirt track at Charlotte. We got great racing tonight. We have Sovokol here, Seegers, we have Billy the Buckshot Brickley, we got the famous Billy Raleigh here, Dustin Shreve, Fernberg is here, Deech and Hayden, Harvey, Chris Jones from Australia staying up late to come over and race with us, Blaine Brink, Tyler LaPointe, Dustin Griffiths. Haven't seen Dustin in a while. Dustin's one fast cat. He should be up on the top of the board tonight. Then you got one of the fastest cats so far in the last month has been coming from behind, winning a lot of races and making the podium. Jason Nygaard from Alex Bergeron Racing Team. Always excited to watch Jason. Jason just is a man on a mission at all times, 24/7, no matter what clay he hits. Mason Mier's here, Aaron Gurwitz is here, and your winner, Jake Greenwood, is here, and much more. And hopefully we can announce everybody's favorite driver's name tonight in one of the heat races or main events. 3 minutes and 39 seconds of open practice right now. It's Sovokol right now with fast lap with a 13.008 during practice here at the dirt track at Charlotte. There's going to be some great racing. There's going to be sliders in 1 and 2. There's going to be sliders in 3 and 4. These 360s have a little bit more power than the 305s did, so it's going to be more exciting than the 305s, and the 305s put a hell of a show on. But tonight's racing actions in the 360s here at Charlotte is going to be nothing but exciting. So buckle up. Go get yourself a cold drink. We're going to start qualifying in about 3 minutes. We're going to have the national anthem going on here in about a minute and a half. It's going to be some great racing. We're going to have a C main. We're going to have only 4 cars. It looks like by how many cars are right now entered in this event, it looks like maybe only 4 cars are going to transfer out of the B main event because we're going to have a C main. We're going to have 5 heats. That equals the 20 cars. Top 4 go to the A feature. 4 cars will go from the B, and that's all you're going to see in the A feature is 24 cars. Track temperature right now 70 degrees, 65 air temp. Wind speeds are about 2 miles an hour to the north. So the wind's down. The track's a little bit cool right now. It's not going to dry up too fast. Humidity's down a little bit here at Charlotte. So the moisture on the track should stay there for a little bit. You don't know if they're going to reset it a little bit because, like I said, 54 cars have entered in tonight's race. And when you get 5360 sprint cars on the track, it can make it slick in a hurry. So we're going to see who's got their big boy panties on, who's got the setup that's going to work through the slick. And we're going to have exciting racing here with United Dirt Sim Series at the dirt track at Charlotte. Let's get into the national anthem. Like to stand, take off your hat. We're going to have it. You have 4 minutes after that to go get yourself a cold beverage, and we're going racing, boys and girls, men and women of all alike. We're going racing at Charlotte.
Two-time Grammy and 3-time Academy of Country Music Award winner Leanne Wise in the performance of our national anthem.
Stripes and red stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watch.
Welcome, race fans, and welcome back to United Dirt Sim Series and Push Cushion Productions in the 360 Outlaw Series here at Charlotte, race number 3. We're going to have a great, exciting night. We got some of the best drivers in the country in here tonight. We got Greenwood, we got Raleigh, we got the Buckshot, we got Jason Nygaard. We have Travis Oldfield back. He's the winner of the 360s of last week, but we don't see Rico Robles. We don't have Ryland Gray. We don't have Chance Crum. I don't know what happened to those guys, but they're up there in the points. I'm sure something come up, but Travis Oldfield said, I'm not having any part of this. Let me see if I can bring up Travis Oldfield and see if I can bring him up in the tower and see what's going on and how his car's performing tonight. I don't see him on Discord. That's not good. Yeah, I just don't see him. That's why it's important to get on Discord so we can interview you. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can get him, so he's going to be out there all by himself. But right now, qualifying and on top of the leaderboard is Dustin Griffiths with a 12.966. Billy Raleigh with a 12.998. Jason Nygaard with a 13.029. Aiden Beerline. The Buckshot has not got on the track yet for qualifying, but I'm sure he's going to be here shortly getting on, and let's see if he's going to put up there. The Buckshot now is going to get up on the leaderboard. Looks like he's sitting fourth with a 13.041. Aiden Beerline 13.051. Let's see if I can put it on the board for you race fans in the running order of qualifying. There it is, up on the board right now. We have about 1.5 tenths of a second sitting in the top 20. Unbelievable. We're going to have some good racing tonight. Nova Sovacool was your fastest lap in practice. He had the fastest single lap, and he's qualified in that 6th spot right now. So Travis Oldfield is your winner from last week. It's nice to see him back, and we're going to get on to racing here shortly with 1 minute and 58 seconds left in qualifying. It looks like we have the total of 54 cars. And 51 has qualified at this time. So we're still waiting for 4 more cars to finish up their qualifying times. And we're going to be going racing in 1 minute and 32 seconds. It looks like we're going to have a B, and C main. Remember, race fans, 12 laps C, 15 laps B, 40 lap A main feature. 10 lap heat races, no yellows. We get no fast repairs. We get no wave arounds. The green flag is on the pole sitter throughout the heat races and the main events. New rule here in the second season for 2020 with United Dirt Sim Series. They worked on it. They put the packet together, and it's going to just equal out to just great driving, people using their head most of the time. You're still going to get some people that's not going to drive over their head, but remember, you don't get no fast repairs. So if you go out there and get wrecked, you don't get fixed. That means you're not going to finish. So that's just not a good thing, is if you're going to drive over your head and take out people or yourself. And again, if you start crashing into people, if you start verbal abusing people, you'll pretty much be just ejected from the event, and you'll be penalized for a week or 2 weeks, and you'll be on probation. So United Dirt Sim Series does a great job of managing their racers and the league to keep it as professional and as clean as racing as possible for you racers to come out. We're going to get started. We'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight: DeZine Metal Art, Jessup Logistics, Pushing the Cushions Productions, Sofa King Fast Sim Sports, Speed World Hobbies, Works Graphics, and naturally Goyet Trucking. So up on top of the leaderboard, it looks like Dustin Griffith's going to hold on with the top qualifying spot. Billy Raleigh, Jason Nygaard in that 3rd spot, Billy the Buckshot Brickley in 4th, and Aiden Beerline your top 5. We're going to go into heat race number 1. And we're going to start off with your pole sitter in the first position on the inside, Austin Stern. In the second position, number 5, Daniel Zegers. In the second row inside, number 194, qualifying sixth, your fastest single lap in qualifying in practice, Noah Sovokol. In the fourth position, Dustin Griffiths, your top qualifier. In the third row inside, in the fifth position, Steven Fernberg. Roman Gephardt in the 21 in the sixth position. Fourth row inside, number 27 in the seventh position, Ty Williams. And in the eighth position, number 10, Coulter West. Fifth row inside, number 48, Stephen Vogelsson. In the 10th position, number 19, Dante Brown. In the sixth row, sitting all by himself, number 144, Johnny Collier. We're going racing, heat race number 1 here at the United Dirt Sim Series 360 Outlaw Series at Charlotte. The pace truck is going into turn 1 right now. He will be coming off. We're going to be going green here shortly. Austin Stern will lead him off in heat race number 1. Stern in that triple aught 000. It looks like a double zero on his wing, or could it be a triple? We'll have to check that out. So Stern's going to lead him off. They're coming around for green flag right now. Stern goes past the tire, the Charlotte sign. Now he can jump at any time. Gets a great jump. Daniel Zegers looks like he did a wheel stand, so that means there's tons of traction and moisture up on top side. Zegers now in that third spot. Sovokol jumps over to the second spot. Griffiths in the fourth spot. Followed by Fernberg, Gephardt, Williams, Brown, West, Vogelsson, and Collier. Let's keep our eye now on your leader. He's going to start pulling away from the lead. We got a little crash, and it looks like a car had hit the tire barrier. That was Dustin Griffiths. Might have hit that tire, and there will be no yellow flag right now. It's Stern right now with a nice, comfortable lead. Ziegler's in the second spot. Fernberg in the third. Griffiths in that fourth spot. Zegers now, number 5, in that second spot, trying to run down Stern. Top 4 go to the A feature. Fernberg in that third spot. Griffiths in that fourth spot, number 82. Ty Williams, number 27, in the fifth spot, falling off the pace a little bit by about probably 7/10 of a second behind Dustin Griffiths. Stern now has got a comfortable half-second lead right now on Zegers. Fernberg is now about a half a second behind Zegers, and Griffiths is about a little less than half a second behind Fernberg. So about a half a second separate the top 4 car, with Williams in that fifth spot setting back a little bit more than a second. So no position is being so Austin Stern out in the lead, in that black and white number 00 out in the lead. Zegers in that second in the 05, the red, white, and blue, followed by Fernberg. And then Griffiths. Nobody being challenged right now for the top 4 spots or fighting for a position in the top 4 spots. This is the final lap right now, coming around to the checkered flag. Austin Stern with the win. Zegers in second, Fernberg third, Griffiths fourth. Williams, West, Vogelsson, and Collier will go to the B main. Gephardt, Brown, and Sovokol will go to the C. Heat race number 2, 10 laps, top 4 go to the A feature. In the first row inside, Tyler LaPointe. In the second position, Kenny Miller. Second row inside, Gage Stevens. On the outside, Billy Raleigh. Third row, Clint Stone. In the sixth position, Kel Hibbelt, number 58. Highbuilt. Dustin Shreves in the 7th spot, row number 4. In the 8th position, Brian Kozak, number 24. In the 5th row inside, number 6, Braden Ward. Joshua Pickle in the 10th position. 6th row all by himself, number 69, Bradley Hunt. We're going racing, heat race number 2. 10 laps. Tyler LaPointe is on the pole. He will bring him down to the green flag. LaPointe and Kenny Miller up on the top spot, front row. Tyler's going to bring him down to the green. Pace truck comes off in the middle of the back straightaway. LaPointe has the Charlotte sign. Now he cannot jump until he gets to that Charlotte sign. Here he comes, gets a nice little jump, gets out the moisture on the bottom, slides up a little bit. Miller, Gage Stevens in that 3rd spot, staying on the bottom. Raleigh up on top in that yellow and black, number 79. Raleigh now up on the middle of the track, trying to maybe do a crossover. Oh, and number 23, Tyler LaPointe gets sideways, and Billy Raleigh had nowhere to go, and Raleigh's going to have to go into the C main and work his way up to the A feature. Another bad night for Raleigh. I hate to see that. He's had some bad luck with us at UDSS, but he'll come back and he'll go to the C. And maybe if he moves up, maybe he can make the B feature and finish in the top 4 with 8 laps to go. But it's Kenny Miller out in the lead. Clint Stone in that 2nd spot, number 88. Kel Hibbelt in that 3rd spot, number 58. Brian Kozak in the 24 in the 4th. Dustin Shreves by himself in the 40 in that 5th spot. And Braden Ward in that 6th position right behind him. Nobody battling for a position, especially the top 4 spots who go to the A feature. It's Miller, Stone, Hibbelt, and Kozak. Kozak's trying to put a move on Kel. They're both up near the top of the track right now. Kel and Brian. Brian's trying to close in on him up on the top side. Brian goes a little bit down, not too far down off the top side, tries to get a run on Kel. Kel staying on the top side still. Brian's still not working as high as he is, maybe a half a car length low, trying to keep in that moisture, trying to shorten up the track to get a run on him for the 3rd spot. Those top 4 are already transferring to the A main, so I'm sure they're not going to try to race too hard. But out in a very comfortable lead is Kenny Miller out in front right now, setting up about a half a second lead on Clint Stone with 3 laps to go. Stone in the green, yellow, and black, number 88. Kel in the red and white, followed by Kozak in the purple suit with black, number 24. Dustin Shreves. Billy Raleigh now working back up into the 9th spot, all the way back to 11th in a crash or an incident with another driver. Raleigh had nowhere to go, and the car just spun in front of him, and he just collected into him. Now Shreves now taking over that 4th spot. Kozak in the 5th. Now we got a battle for that 4th spot. Here they come, the checkered. It looks like Shreves might have taken over that 4th spot. Let's see who's going to give it into that 4th position by iRacing. Miller, Stone, Hibbelt, and Shreves take over the 4th spot. Kozak, Stevens, Ward, and Hunts goes to the B. The rest goes to the C. Heat race number 3. 10 laps, top 4 go to the transfer to the A feature. In grid row number 1 on the inside, your pole setter, Dustin Sargent, number 77. In the 2nd spot, Hayden Harvey, one fast cat. 2nd row inside, your last week's winner, number 38. Keep your eye on him, Travis Oldfield. And one of the fastest cats right now, that's always a man on the mission to go to the front and win it, number 50, Jason Nygaard. In the 3rd row inside, 09, Aaron Gurowitz. And the 6th spot, number 25, Gage Landley. In the 4th row, inside, Cody Terry. In the 8th position, Dave Ward, number 53. 5th position, Kenneth Payne. And Kyle Stewart, 93 in the 10th spot. 6th row, all by himself, number 7, Josh Flood. I don't know what's going on with Hayden Harvey. He's back there. He's way back there. Gonna keep our eye on him. See if what iRacing's gonna do. He was sitting in the 2nd position, but it looks like Harvey's all the way back. Like, oh, he must have got it maybe an EOL from last week. So if a lot of you race fans are trying to understand that, I don't understand it completely, but if he got a penalty from last week, he has to serve it in the first heat race in the 360, so he got an EOL, so he goes to the end of the line. Here they come down to the green flag. Looks like Dustin Sargent's leading them off. Number 77, 38 is Oldfield. Jason Nygaard up on the top shelf right now, going to the top. Oldfield now does a slider in front of Nygaard. Nygaard does a crossover move to take over to that 2nd position. Oldfield in the 3rd, Gage Lanny in the 4th position. Here comes Arrow Garowitz now taking over that 4th spot from Gage. Cody Terry in that 6th position. Hayden Harvey already in 11th, already moved up to the food chain into the 6th position. Keep your eye on the 55 of Hayden Harvey. He needs to get into the A feature. He loves it. He's worked his way from the C to the B and finishing 2nd in the A few weeks back, so it's nothing new to him. Harvey up on the top shelf trying to work over that 6th spot over Cody Terry, and here comes Aaron Gurwitz in the 4th. Couple cars get into it, touch the tires. That looks like Lanny was going to get the tire. That's going to put him from 6th all the way to 10th already. Dustin Sargent out in a comfortable lead. Jason Nygaard 2nd, trying to work the bottom, do a slider move, try to gain some ground on Sargent. Here comes Oldfield on the top. Gurowitz on top also. Hayden Harvey working the top from the 11th into that 5th position. 5 laps, a lot of time to go move up to the food chain to get into the 4th spot to get the transfer to the A main. Go back in front, see Dustin Sargent out in the lead, followed by Jason Nygaard. Nygaard in that 2nd spot, hasn't made up a whole lot of ground. He's sitting behind him by about 0.2 of a second. Let's see what happens with 4 laps to go. Nygaard now starting to inch up on Sargent. Nygaard working the middle of the track, going down the back straightaway. Sargent on the top side. Nygaard goes to the bottom, do a slider. Oldfield in this 3rd spot. Nygaard slides in front of Sargent. Sargent does a little crossover, knew he couldn't make up any time to do it, so he's going to get nose to tail with Nygaard. Here comes Oldfield in that 3rd spot. Oldfield now working the middle, working the slider, going to the top behind Sargent. Nygaard starting to pull away now, pulled away about 3 car lengths up on Sargent. Oldfield now pulled up on Sargent now to get that 2nd position, trying to move up. The final lap, Oldfield with a slider, and Sargent gets a nice slider, takes over the 2nd spot to the checkered flag. It's going to be Nygaard, Sargent, Oldfield, and Gurowitz, your top 4. Terry, Flood, and Stewart go to the B. Possibility Harvey might go to the B, but right now Lanny, Payne, and Ward will go to the C main event. Heat race number 4, 10 laps. Top 4 cars go to the A feature. Rest will go to the B and C main event. Remember, yellows don't come out in heat races, but they do come out in the C and lower mains and the A feature. But remember, the yellow flag caution laps do not count, so you can get as much racing as possible. 12 laps for the C, 15 laps for the B, but this is heat race number 4. We're a long ways away from that. So gridding up in row number 1, starting on the pole to fire the green flag at any time. Randy Shreves, the veteran, number 56. Outside of him, his partner in crime, Darren Detweiler, number 3 in the 2nd position. 2nd row inside, Derek Bond, number 9 in the 4th position. The real double-aught shotgun himself, Billy the Buckshot Brickley. In the 3rd row, inside, number 49, Mason Mier, and Chris Jones, number 54. 4th row inside, Corey Austin. In the 8th position, Andrew Hansen. 5th row inside, Alex M.D. Robinson, looks like a doctor by his picture, and Justin Stoles, number 37, in the 10th spot. In the 6th row inside, in the 11th position, Mason Inman in that row all by himself, so he could really kind of do what he wants. He can go to the top, work the outside. Remember, if you pass on the outside, you don't touch anybody, you're not going to get penalties. So some people shut the door from the guy coming from the backside behind him, shut the door and get in a crash. If you cut on the inside of the drivers and pass them before you cross the line, you will get a black flag. So remember that when you come racing with iRacing or United Dirt Sim Series. So Randy Shreves is going to lead them off to the green flag. Pace truck comes off in the middle of the back straightaway in between 2 and 3. Shreves is going to lead them off. Here they come. Shreves going to lead them on at the Charlotte side. He's going to fire any time. Detweiler now on the outside. Shreves gets a good jump on Detweiler, followed by Bond and Brickley. Mier in the 5th spot. Jones in 6th. Austin Hansen 7th and 8th. All top 4 cars starting to check out already. Shreves, Detweiler, Bond, and the buckshot, Billy Brickley. Brickley now moving into the 3rd spot. Randy Shreves with the lead. Here comes Darren Detweiler and the buckshot right behind him. Looks like now here they come. Detweiler with a slider job. Shreves and the buckshot do a slide. Oh, and Shreves and the buckshot get into it and they touch. And the buckshot gets the raw end of the deal on that one, sending him flipping down the front straightaway. Green flag stays out. 8 laps to go. Detweiler, Shreves, and Bond and Jones are your top 4 cars. So Jones is sitting all by himself right now in that 4th spot. His position's not even being contended with to try to take a position away from him. He got a very comfortable 5-6 car length lead with 6 laps to go. That is your transfer spot to the A main. Chris flew out here from Australia to race with United Dirt Sim Series, so he definitely wants to at least make the A feature here tonight. It's now Derek Bond in that 3rd spot. Randy Shreves in the 2nd. Detweiler in the lead in that number 1 position. Shreves trying to make up some ground on Detweiler. Detweiler's got a comfortable 3/10 second of a lead. Fastest single lap is Randy Shreves, 13.79. He's in that 2nd spot. He's trying to run down Detweiler with 4 laps to go. He's starting to inch up. Is down to about 0.2 of a second. He was 3.6, now 2.16. Now he's 1.33. So Shreves is starting to move on the number 3 of Darren Detweiler. These guys have raced together for a long time together, so they race each other clean. Detweiler stays high. Shreves stays in the middle right now. Shreves is trying to stay with the moisture. Darren's taking the longest way around the track, starting to get in some traffic right now. 2 laps to go. Now Darren Detweiler starting to pull away from Shreves by about another 1/10. He's 0.3 of a second in front of Shreves. Bond in that 3rd spot. Jones in the 4th spot. And MD Robinson in that 5th position. Right now the battle is for the lead right now. It's Darren Detweiler and Randy Shreves. Checkered flags coming out. It looks like Shreves is going to take that 2nd. Detweiler with the win. Bond in 3rd. Chris Jones in 4th. Congratulations, Chris Jones, making the A feature here tonight with United Dirt Sim Series 360 Outlaw Series at Charlotte. Race number 5. Top 4 go to the A feature. Gridding up on the inside, your pole setter, Don Hunter. In the 2nd position, number 11, Caleb Harmon. In the 2nd row inside, Jake Greenwood, just coming off a 3:05 win about an hour ago here at Charlotte. So he's been on the track and he knows it. In the 4th spot, Aiden Beerline. 3rd row inside, Riley Emeg. And in the 6th position, Carl Deitch. In the 4th position, Brett Rolls. In the 7th position, Brett Rolls. In the 8th position, Blaine Brink. 5th row in the 9th position, Anthony Woodhull. In the 10th position, number 22, Ross Weiss. In the 6th row, there's just 2 ghost drivers looking for a ride for next week. I'm sure they'll pay you $25 to get in one of your sprint cars. Take them up on that. Make some money renting your race car out. So Don Hunter's going to bring him to the green. He's your pole sitter. Pace truck's coming off in the middle of 2 and 3 down the back straightaway. Don Hunter's going to bring him down to the green as soon as he hits the Charlotte sign. Hunter with a jump on Harmon. Harmon's right there. Falls back about 2.5, 3 car lengths now, maybe 4. So Hunter got a really good jump. Greenwood in that 3rd spot. Aiden Beerline in that 4th spot. Here comes Riley Emick in that 5th position. There's the battle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your transfer spot. One of those cars right now is out of the transfer. It looks like Aiden Beerline. Hunter, Greenwood, Beerline, and Emick, and Harmon now. Harmon in the 4th, Emick in the 5th. Got a great battle for that 4th and 5th spot. Top 3 on the shelf, the bottom 2 on the bottom shelf, 1 in the middle. Blaine Brink coming out of turn 2 up high, lost a lot of ground. A lot of sliders going on in the back there, trying to find the fastest way around. And now we got a car that's got a little loose. That looks like Riley Emick. Emick now got a little loose. Something happened to him. Now your top 4 cars are all by themselves with Darren Hunter in the middle of the track. Greenwood in the lead. Beerline 2nd, Hunter 3rd. Caleb Harmon on the top shelf working that 4th position. 3rd and 4th are battling out. Hunter and Harmon. There's the battle for the 3rd and 4th. Top 4 cars go to the feature. They better not feel too racy because if one spins out, they're going to be working themselves for possibility of the C main. 1 row makes a difference sometimes to these guys, but 40 laps, it doesn't to me. If you're faster, you're faster. You can start 1 row back from top 2, 4 rows or top 5 rows. It's starting in the back that you don't want to see. Hayden Harvey has done it. The Buckshot has done it. And I'm sure a couple other drivers have done it. I think Nygaard's done it, but you definitely don't want to be in the C or the D main event. Here they come with 4 laps to go. It's still Jake Greenwood all by himself with hot on his tail, Aiden Beerline in that 2nd spot. Harmon sitting by himself now about 3/10 behind Beerline. Hunter's behind Harmon about 2/10. And then Emick is in the 5th position about 1.5, 2/10 now from Don Hunter. So it's Greenwood, Beerline, Harmon, and Hunter, your top 4 going to the A feature at this time. Riley's now still trying to work with 2 laps to go. I believe Riley threw a slider job. I think he's going to make up some ground, and we got a crash in turn number 2. That's Aiden Beerline crashed into the wall, drops all the way to the 6th spot. Checkered flag. Was that a cross at the checkered or a lap short? Let's find out here right now. Greenwood with the win, Harmon, Emick, and Beerline. It was after the checkered flag. Deech in that 6th spot. Wow, that was exciting. That would have been just tragic. Last lap, bouncing off the wall and have to go all the way to the C main event. C main event, 12 laps and 19 cars. That's crazy. I believe they're only going to take 4 cars to the B feature. But we'll have to check and see what iRacing does. But it kind of mixed match a little bit. Sometimes it only takes 2. But 18 cars, 12 laps, no room for error. You got to go to the front and do some power moves, but don't take anybody out in the time of doing that. So C main event, let's grid them up. In the front row inside, Johnny Collier, Bradley Hunt in the 2nd spot. 2nd row, Hayden Harvey, and 4th spot, Billy the Buckshot Brickley. Those 2 fast cats are going to be on a mission to go to the front, and nothing's going to stop them. In the 3rd row inside, Don Hunter, Roman Gephardt in the 6th spot. 4th row inside, Billy Raleigh. Keep your eye on Billy. He's had some bad luck with United Dirt Sim Series, but that's one of the faster cats on the clay. Keep your eye on him. Gage Lanny in the 8th spot. 5th row, Andrew Hansen and Blaine Brink. 6th row, Dante Brown and Tyler LaPointe. 7th row inside, Kenneth Payne and Justin Stoles in the 14th. In the 8th row inside, Anthony Woodhall and Noah Sovokol, number 194. 9th row inside, Joshua Pickle. Dave Ward in the 18th position. 10th position, Mason Inman, and all by himself. 19 cars, 12 laps. Let's just say top 4 go to the B main event, and then 8 cars will go to the, possibly 4 cars go to the feature. I wish I knew what iRacing does. They never have a program that I can look at, but I only think maybe 2 cars, possibly 4 max, will go to the B main. So we're going racing here shortly, and it's going to be Collier and Hunt in the front row, Harvey and Buckshot in the second row. Keep your eye on Raleigh in the 7th position in the 4th row inside. Here they come. Nice little jump. Collier and Hunt. Hunt falls back. Harvey's already working himself into that 2nd spot. The Buckshot in the 3rd. A couple cars in a wall, and Raleigh gets into another mix. And it's not even his fault again. Yellow flag's going to come out. Cars are flipping left and right. There must have been 5 cars that was rolling. So we have 10 laps to go. Yellow flag comes out within a lap and a quarter. Johnny Collier in the 1 spot, Harvey 2nd, Kephart, Hunter, Blaine Brink, Dante Brown, and the Buckshots going to the back in the 13th. Raleigh in the 14th, Hansen in the 12th. Johnny Collier, we got 10 laps. This is going to be crazy. Keep your eye. This is going to be a great C main, I believe. I don't think yellows are going to come out anymore, but you're going to see some fast cats in the back trying to come to the front in a hurry. Hayden Harvey now going to lead them off. Started. Now here he comes outside. Collier now gets a nice little jump. Harvey up on the top shelf. Trying to work at that 2nd on Hunter. We got a crash on the back straightaway. Yellow flag might come out, might not. We got 2 or 3 cars crashing in turn 4. Man. This is the jinx of a C main event. It's just yellow flags are popping out. The great thing is yellow flags don't count. So we're going to be going, at least I don't think, they're not supposed to. Maybe they are. It looks like that was only 1 lap and it lost 3 laps. But I might have got the rules mixed up. But if I'm not mistaken, they're not supposed to count. And I know they don't in the feature, so... Let's see. Yes, they are. They are counting in the C. I'm going to have to look at that in the B. So the yellow flags are counting. I didn't think they were going to count. That makes it really hard for the guys in the back. I mean, if you get 2 or 3 yellows, there's no chance that you can make up. So I'm going to have to look under the rule book and find out what's going on, because me personally, as a racer, I wouldn't like that rule at all. I mean, if you're going to throw yellows, you might as well not count them. But if you're going to throw yellows, I don't know. I'm up in the air and flip a coin on that one. If you're going to count yellows, why throw yellows? Because at least it's going to give the guys a chance in the back to move forward. There's no repairs. There's no waiver rounds. So I'm going to have to check with the rule book with United Dirt Sim Series and see why this is happening. Because if you have 2 or 3 yellows and it takes 10 laps, you got only 2 laps to go green to checkered. I'm going to have to really talk to somebody. They're going to probably get mad at me, but it's okay. Here comes Collier now, leading them off to the green flag. You get a bunch of cars bunched up. A bunch of cars bunched up on that start. Hunter in the 2nd, Harvey in the 3rd, followed by Sovokol. Sovokol now at 194 in the middle, trying to work the middle of the track. Harvey on the bottom. Collier up on top. Hunter up on top. Kenneth Payne now moving to that 5th spot. The Buckshot now. Oh, we got a crash on the back straightaway. 3 laps to go. And that's going to be Buckshot's going to be involved in that incident, I believe. Oh, yeah, he's having a bad night. Harvey up on the lead. Hansen in that second spot. 3 laps to go. I'm going to let iRacing figure this out. There's cars from the back to the front, front to the middle, middle to the top. They're all over the place. So I'm going to let the lineup of running order stay up on the screen for you race fans to look at it. Totally out of my control, and they've been switching like every half a second. A driver changes position. So we're going to just leave it up there and let you look at it. Why we got the time now, since we have the time, we're going to thank our sponsors, DeZine Metal Arts, Jessup Logistics, Works Graphics, Goyet Trucking, Speed World Hobbies, Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. So it looks like Harvey, Sovacool, Collier, and LaPointe. Hansen in that 5th spot. If they're only taking 4, you're only going to see Harvey, Sovacool, Collier, and LaPointe at this time. It could be a green-white checker, just depending what iRacing's doing. Here comes Hayden Harvey leading them off. Harvey with a good jump right now, followed by Sovacool, Collier, and LaPointe. Harvey's checked out. Nothing's going to catch him unless he makes a big mistake. Not enough time, not enough laps. Sovacool in that 2nd, LaPointe in that 3rd. There's the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Car upside down on the infield. Hansen's moving over to the 4th spot. Collier in the 5th spot. Hansen now all right there in the transfer spot if they take 4 or only 2. That's the checkered flag. The running order is Harvey, LaPointe, Sovacool, and Hansen. Let's see who goes to the A feature. We'll find out when they come out to practice. There was 20 cars from the heat races that came to the feature. They only take 4. So it looks like only 4 cars are going to make it, race fans. Harvey, LaPointe, Sovacool, and Hansen. So right now we have 51 seconds. Oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. It's the B main, the top 4. Looks like they're going to go to the B feature. I got a little ahead of myself. It's going to be Hansen, Sovacool, LaPointe, and Harvey. Yep, top 4 of the C will go to the B. And it looks like the top 4 of the B will transfer to the A feature. Going into grid number 1. First row. Inside for the B main, 15 laps. Ty Williams. 2nd position, number 24, Brian Kozak. 2nd row, Cody Terry. Alex M.D. Robinson in the 4th position. 3rd row, Carl Deach and Coulter West. 4th row inside, Gage Stevens and Josh Flood. 5th row, Corey Austin and Rose Weiss, number 22. 6th row inside, Stephen Vogelsson and Braden Ward. 7th row inside, Kyle Stewart and Mason Mier in the 14th. 8th row inside, Brett Rawls and Hayden Harvey. 9th row, Tyler LaPointe and Nova Sovacool. In the 10th position, Andrew Hansen to the B feature. I'd like to thank all you race fans and live viewers for watching the United Dirt Sim Series race number 3 here at the 360 Outlaw Series at Charlotte. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your time to watch sprint car racing here at Charlotte and United Dirt Sim Series. You race fans makes it fun and possible for us to live stream, so we thank you. Ty Williams is going to lead us off. Here he comes with a nice jump over Brian Kozak. Brian Kozak must have been caught sleeping. Cody Terry in that 3rd spot. All this is unofficial until they filter out. It's Williams, Terry, Deach, and Kozak in your top 4. Yellow flag comes out already. It looks like Josh Flood was involved. Andrew Hansen might have been involved. all unofficial. Just because I see drivers' names move around, that's what kind of gives us the, I guess, the idea of what driver is in the incident when it comes off the screen and watches the drivers come all the way down from the top to the bottom. If you're in second and you get in a crash, your name starts dropping off the board, and that's how you have an idea if you're involved in an incident. Right now, it looks like Ty Williams, Cody Terry, Carl Deach, and Brian Kozak, your top 4 that's going to the transfer spot. But there's 13 laps to go, a lot of time. These racers will get one more start. This should be a double file. If they can't get it right this time and another yellow flag comes out, United Dirt Sim Series by the rule book will go single file to keep these accidents from happening, so these guys can get as much green flag racing as possible. 12 laps to go in the B feature to try to transfer to the big dog race of the night, the A feature. So Ty Williams and Cody Terry will bring him down to the green. Williams gets the start. Number 27, he gets to lead him off. As soon as he sees that Charlotte sign, he could go anytime or he could wait. He gets the jump at the Charlotte. Terry in that second spot, Deach in the third, West in the fourth, Kozak in that fifth spot. Looks like a car got up in the wall. I didn't know who that was. A yellow flag comes out. It looks like Kozak. Kozak might have gotten the wall. He was in the third position, so he's back in that sixth spot. Now he's back up to fifth. All unofficial. Ty Williams is very comfortable out in the lead. This is going to definitely help Ty a lot since he's the pole setter and he gets the jump. 10 laps to go. This will wind it down to 10 laps to go. So it looks like, oh no, it did go 9 laps. So the yellow flags are counting. So this is kind of helping Ty Williams out, your leader right now, for the simple fact he gets 1 or 2 laps under green. He's the pole setter. In general, in theory, the guy in the outside is not going to get the jump on the pole setter because he gets the fire at any time. So this is actually going to help Ty Williams keep the lead a little longer if these yellow flags come out. Now with the second yellow, this is the third yellow flag, they're going to be going single file. So Ty Williams actually has a little bit more of a chance to get a little bit more of a lead on Cody Terry, because now he's going to be on the back bumper sniffing his rear, and he's not going to know when Ty Williams jumps until he jumps, and he's going to lose a little bit more ground. So right now this is going to favor Ty Williams out in the lead, and he's going to probably jump to about a 4-car length lead coming down to the green. Let's see if that happens. Terry in that second spot, Coulter West in that third. Brian Kozak in the fourth, Josh Flood in the fifth, Corey Austin in the sixth, Gage Stevens in the seventh. Let's keep our eye on Ty Williams, see if he gets a big jump. Absolutely gets a huge jump. He caught this dog not sniffing, and it definitely wasn't hunting. Corey Terry lost about 6 car lengths. Let's see if he can make it the ground up. Remember, top 4 cars go to the A feature. It doesn't matter. Yellow flag comes back out again. Boy, Williams has got to be loving this, along with Terry and Coulter West and Brian Kozak. That's been your top 4 cars for the last 6 laps. So they're loving life right now. This is actually benefiting them by these yellows. And I don't see it not benefiting every time a green flag starts, because they get to get the jump along with the leader and pull away from the field. There are going to be 6 laps left. Going to be 5 laps to the green. It looks like number 57, 27, Ty Williams is going to go to the back. Did he jump the start? Did he run out of gas and not put fuel in it? It looks like it was hopping. It looks like it was out of gas when it started jumping. But no, he's got the fuel in the car. You can't go in the pits and refill. So he might have got an EOL for jumping the start. Wow, that was a close one. I didn't catch that, and I see it the Charlotte sign, so there might be another part of the track they want you to do the jump. That's going to definitely hurt Ty Williams. That's boy, I hate to see something like that happen. But if it's your fault and you did it, I guess we got to pay attention more, because I've made mistakes myself doing something crazy and not thinking, and I feel really bad for Ty Williams. Had a really good race car. So now it's Cody Terry up on top of the leaderboard in the pole sitting position to fire at any time. Coulter West in a second. Look at this slow start. Causes a little crash, but Cody, long as Cody didn't slow down and brake check, it's going to stay green, and he's not going to get an EOL. But another car hit the wall hard. It looks like Gage Stevens hit the wall. He hit the wall from the 5th spot all the way back to 9th. Andrew Hansen is in a little bit of trouble. He's backed up a little bit also. So Coulter West right now, yellow flag is going to stay green or is going to stay yellow, go yellow. They're going to keep it green. They said there's no more yellow's going to happen. Cody Terry and Coulter West, 2 laps to go. Hayden Harvey coming from the back. Noah Silva-Skull. Oh, and car number 22, Ross Weiss, looks like he just hit Harvey hard and caused a big crash. Checkered flag. This was a melee B-main event. One of the worst B-mains I've ever seen with United Dirt Sim Series. Sorry to call it like I see it, but that was ugly. Put on a paper bag, put it over all drivers' face. We don't want to look at you for another race. Wow. That's why I'm sitting up here, because I can't drive. So the running order, man, it's the iRacing is just bouncing off the wall right now, trying to figure out who finished and who made the A main feature. Man, I don't know. I think everybody had their helmets on backwards. When they strapped their helmets in, they put them backwards and strapped the helmets in. They couldn't see nothing. So right now they're warming up for the A feature. Getting up on top of the leaderboard, Stephen Fernberg with a 16.740, 16.9 for the Darren Detweiler. Austin Stern gets up there now, throws a 14.145 down. Fernberg puts it back on the board with a 145. Here comes the man on the mission, the rocket ship himself, Jason Nygaard with a 13.7. Darren Detweiler a 13.9, Sargent with a 14.0. I don't know if anybody's going to touch Nygaard's fastest lap in practice. That's a fast lap for one fast cat, 13.722. Up by a little more than a tenth and a half on the rest of the field. Oh, Beerline with a 13.704 with 44 seconds left on the practice warm-up for the A feature. Man, Aiden Beerline, the young man, just keeps getting faster. Ziegers with a 13.8, Griffiths with a 13.8, Sargent with a 13.9, your top 5. Oldfield starting to move up the food chain in practice with a 13.7. Greenwood 13.8. These guys have got something figured out. A couple of these drivers have gone back in the pits and made some changes, and it looks like they made the right change, especially for Aiden Beerline, the young man driving the number 13. Checkered flag comes out. Warm-ups are over. We're going to start getting to the A feature, 40 laps. Yellow flags do not count, but yellow flags will come out. Gridding up for the A main feature, the United Dirt Sim Series 360 Outlaw Series here at Charlotte. Starting in row 1 on the inside, your pole sitter, Austin Stern. Kenny Miller in that second position. Second row inside, Jason Nygaard. One tough cat, usually working from the back. That's going to be scary seeing him in that third spot with Darren Detweiler in the fourth position. Third row inside, your 305 winner earlier tonight, an hour ago in the 305s, Jake Greenwood outside Daniel Ziegers. In the fourth row inside, Clint Stone and Travis Oldfield, your last week's winner in the 8th position. Fifth row, Randy Shreves and Caleb Harmon. Sixth row inside, Stephen Fernberg and Cale Heibolt. In the 7th row, Dustin Sargent, Derek Bond. 8th row inside, Riley Emeg and Dustin Griffiths. 9th row, Dustin Shreves, Aaron Gerwitz. 10th row, Chris Jones and Aiden Beerline. 11th row, Cody Terry and Coulter West. 12th row, Noah Sovakul and Braden Ward. Nice to see Braden making the show. Beats his dad out and sticks it in the show one of the first times out. That's pretty scary. His dad probably took out his best 360 motor and put in Braden's car because his dad's pretty cool. You always want your kids to do good. So Austin Stern in the triple aught is going to lead them off to the screen to the 40-lap A feature main event with Kenny Miller in the second position outside of row number 1. Let's get a bigger picture for you race fans so you can see a little bit more action until we start getting some real action. Then we'll bring the cameras closer. 24 of the fastest cats here in the 360 class here with United Dirt Sim Series tonight. Pace trucks going off in the middle of the back straightaway of 2 and 3. They're going to be coming around for the green, and that's Austin Stern going to lead them off. Stern's going to come out. Charlotte signed. Here he comes down for the green flag. It's Stern, Millen, Nygaard, and Detweiler up on top now. It's now Detweiler up on top. Nygaard now into that third spot, all unofficial. Green flag. It's Stern, Nygaard, Detweiler, Zegers, and Greenwood. Nygaard already moving that second spot, working the top side. Zegers on the bottom. Detweiler up on top of that blue, working on the back straightaway, hits the wall. Here comes Jake Greenwood, number 43, and we got a car spinning. That looks like Oldfield. Yellow flag might come out. Nope, they're going to go green. He kept it going, moving forward, so the green's going to stay lit. Austin Stern out in the lead. Nygaard in the second spot, working that top side. Nygaard running the rail, running the wall, pushing the cushion to go to the front. Nygaard, Stern, Greenwood, and Zegers. Now here comes Stern. Stern car is hooked up on the bottom. Nygaard staying up on top. Greenwood in that third position. Austin Stern working the bottom. Really working the bottom. A lot of moisture. His car is pulling away from Nygaard on the top shelf. Nygaard's going to stay on the top shelf because he's always fast riding the wall. Stern is now riding the bottom, coming out of 3. Yellow flag comes out. 6 laps down, 34 to go. Looks like Nygaard and Stern depends on iRacing if they're going to give that lead back to Stern since he had the lead coming out of 2. Jake Greenwood in the third, Zegers in fourth. It looks like they're going to give the lead back to Nygaard. Nygaard's going to stick the lead. Austin Stern in second. Fastest single lap of this race is Jason Nygaard with a 13.975. The only car in the 13s at this time. They're going to go double file. And I believe they're going to get one more shot and then they're going to go single file. Jason Nygaard finished 24th last week. He's up on top. 24th had a wreck. I'm sure that's what had happened because he doesn't go 24th very often. He's out in the lead right now. He's going to bring him to the green, gets a beautiful jump. Nygaard knows how to work the system. He knows how to jump the start perfectly. He's a master. He's a craftsmanship at what he does. It's Greenwood in that second, very comfortable second. Right now the bottom is Zegers, Stern, and Detweiler. Detweiler on the bottom. Randy Shreves working the top now, seeing Zegers on top. Zegers and Greenwood on top. Shreves, Stone, and Stern on the bottom. Now Shreves on top, Stone on the bottom, Griffiths going to the bottom, Stern's going to the bottom. Yellow flag comes back out with 29 laps to go. Boy, this has been a crap show tonight. Has nothing to do with the league. It's just has nothing to do with the drivers. It's just, you know, it's the electricity in the air. Believe what you want to believe. Very talented drivers in the United Dirt Sim Series. But right now, it's just really been a crap show. A lot of yellows, most I've ever seen in a one night's event. Nygaard had a little bit, almost a 3/4 second lead on Greenwood. Greenwood was hunting him down though. Greenwood might go to the bottom, venture to the bottom a little later in the race. He'll see what's working. Jake has no problem about going to the bottom. Ziegers, I haven't seen watch race a whole lot, so I don't know. Shreve's going to stay probably to the top. Stone will go to the middle, stay to the top. Griffiths will work all over, I'm sure. I've only seen him race once, Dustin Griffiths, so we'll keep our eye on Dustin in that 6th spot. Darren Detweiler will work the top, but he'll come to the bottom once in a while. So we got Nygaard. Could do some sliders and stay on top. That'll be the fastest way around for that fast cat. Greenwood will stay on top for a little bit, maybe work the bottom if he's got a comfortable 2nd position over the guy behind him, Randy Shreves in 3rd. Double wide, should be single file next time around. Nygaard on the inside. Here they come down to the green. Nygaard with a nice little jump on Greenwood. Nygaard will go right to the top and stay up there for a bit. He runs his line just like Bergeron. Bergeron likes the top side. Not that he doesn't go to the bottom. I just said those are 2 talented drivers that are one of the 2 fastest cats that run the top line. Besides the Buckshot is one of the fast cats too. He just happens to not made the show tonight. The Buckshot won't go to the bottom. You'll never see him hardly ever do that. He's the top man. He's a man's man, racing sprint car man. Runs the top. Nygaard up on top. Greenwood on top. Ziegers on top. Griffiths on top. Shreves on top. And Stone's on top. Everybody's going to the top. Beerline's working a slider move. He goes to the top. Almost gets into the wall. Let's keep our eye back on Jason Nygaard. Nygaard got a very good lead right now. Got about almost 9/10 of a second lead right now over Jake Greenwood. 22 laps to go. Nygaard up on top shelf. Greenwood still staying up on the top. Ziegers up on top along with Griffiths and Shreves. Griffiths now moving to that 4th spot. Shreves and Stone battling it out for the 5th and 6th. Stone is right hot on its tail. We got a battle for that 4th spot now between Ziegers and Griffiths. Griffiths now takes over that 3rd position. Griffiths is a man on a mission right now. Now his sights are on Jake Greenwood. He's out about 8/10 of a second. He's probably about 4.5 tenths from Greenwood right now. Nygaard has got a nice comfortable lead with 19 laps to go. Greenwood now in that 2nd, still hasn't ventured to the bottom. Realize that Nygaard's going to stay on top. I can't lose any time to venture and try to make that one little mistake. Let me stay on top, maybe venture down to the bottom, maybe with 5 laps to go. But right now, he's got to make up the ground on Nygaard up on the top. He knows Nygaard's going to stay up on top. Not that Nygaard won't go to the bottom, but you'll see Jason Nygaard might do some sliders when he's all alone. That could be a faster way around the track. Nygaard now up against the cushion, riding the wall. Greenwood in that 2nd spot, setting back still almost a full second on Nygaard. Griffiths now is setting back about almost a full second behind Greenwood. Ziegers and Shreves now in the 5th spot. No battle for any position right now. Let's just go down the line since there's really no battle for a position. There's a battle for the 9th and 10th spot, Sargent and Fernberg. Here comes now Fernberg and Sargent and Sobokol. Harmon is sitting back behind Fernberg. Gurwitz a little bit farther back. Gurwitz now battling with Bond. Emig up on the top shelf with Chris Jones and Clint Stone now falling way off the pace. Stone and Shreves must have gotten into it. Here comes Jason Nygaard now starting to get into some heavy traffic. I can see one car pulls it in, so now he's just got one car to contend with. He's going to stay on the bottom. Nygaard's going to go on top. Greenwood now setting back about Nygaard now is gonna be a full straightaway lead on Greenwood. Nygaard's running the cushion, getting up on top, not making a mistake, can't afford to make a mistake. Especially if you bounce off the wall and wreck your car. Yellow flag comes out. Nygaard, perfect flag to come out for Nygaard. Nygaard had a perfect 1.5 second lead. Don't want to take that away from the driver with 11 laps to go, but he was starting to get into 3 and 4 car heavy traffic. That can hurt you sometimes. I think Nygaard's happy with the yellow flag coming out. I could be wrong, but he had a comfortable lead, but he also was coming into heavy traffic, and the traffic was running all lines, inside, middle, outside. So some of these drivers don't run mirrors. They might have not saw him coming, but it's Nygaard out in the lead. He's going to get a good jump on Greenwood again. He pulled away from Greenwood. Greenwood didn't have to deal with traffic or any other car, so Nygaard knows he has a good car. Greenwood, I would say, would be saving something if I would say that, but I would say that's not true. Greenwood was going balls to the wall 100%, and Nygaard pulled away. Griffiths now is the one that's right now on a mission. He's the one that's moving from the back or the middle of the track, moving to the front. Dustin Griffiths now in that 3rd spot with Zegers in the 4th, Shreves in the 5th, Stern in that 6th, Sovokol in that 7th, followed by Harmon 8th, Sargent 9th, Fernberg in the top 10 position without a front end and a wing. So there's 9 laps to go. Pace Truck is still on the track. He'll probably come off now. We're going to see 8 laps to go. So Jason Nygaard, let's see what he's going to pull. How is he going to start this? In the middle where the moisture at, drop down to the bottom, comes off the corner. Greenwood sticks with him. Griffiths on his tail. Griffiths going to the bottom now on Greenwood. Griffiths now working the bottom side. Greenwood on the outside. Griffiths moves up. He's going to go back for a slider. He might stay on the bottom with the moisture at. Let's see how his car works. He still hands in the 3rd position. Here comes Zegers now. Zegers working the top. Griffiths working the bottom. That's for 3rd and the 4th spot. That's the podium for the A feature. Griffiths now staying in the middle of the track. Zegers staying on top. Zegers trying to get up on top. Touches the back bumper or black right wheel of Griffith. That's going to slow him down. Let Griffiths have a little bit of breathing room. 5 laps to go. It's Jason Nygaard out in the lead. Greenwood 2nd. Griffiths 3rd. Zegers 4th. Shreves in the 5th. Nova School 6th. 4 laps counting down. Greenwood now starting to pull up on the back bumper of Nygaard. Greenwood now starting to do a slide job. Moves up, coming out of the corner. Nygaard stays on full wood, doesn't lift, gets by with the momentum, gets Greenwood out the outside, passes them clean. Now Nygaard has about a 3-car length lead on Greenwood. Is Greenwood going to stay on top, or is he going to come back a slider? There's not enough space. There's too much space between Greenwood and Nygaard to do a slider. Greenwood could lose the position on Griffiths. Here comes Griffiths with 2 laps to go. Griffiths now is a hot on the tail of Greenwood. He's sniffing the rear of Greenwood. Pulls up a slider, not a complete slider. Pulls up. I think he's going to have one more chance to do it. Griffith might have one more chance to do it. Here comes the final lap. Watch Griffith do a slider. He's going to come up. He's going to slide in front of Greenwood. Is it a good slider? It is. It's a good one. Greenwood slides back down and takes the 2nd spot. Griffith's in 3rd. What a battle. Nygaard, Greenwood, Griffiths. Top 3, Shreves, Zegers, Jones. Shreves and Zegers in your top 5. Zovokol, Harmon, Gurwitz, Fernberg, and Stern, the top 10. Wow, what a battle. Nygaard, Greenwood, and Griffiths. Let's stick around, race fans. We'll have an interview with the top 3 drivers. This should be exciting. Let's go to our 3rd place finisher, Dustin Griffiths. Let's get our Discord working for him. Dustin, this is Billy Bowerman, Billy Idol up in the tower. You got your Discord on?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Hey, man. Talking to one fast cat from Bloomington, Indiana. What a race. You ventured to the bottom. You stayed up on top. You tried to go back to the bottom. You just lost a little ground. Not much. I thought you were going to stay down there for a while and try to run Greenwood down. How'd the car feel on the bottom?
During that long run that we had, I want to say it was like 12 laps or so, maybe a little bit more like 15. The moisture started to come back up in the middle, and I found it not exactly in the middle, but a little like laying off the bottom, like off the tires. That's where I found that line. And then on the restart, I figured it would still be there, but all the moisture went away just because of us under caution, and we wheel pack it back in, so it's just slick and right up back to the wall we go. So I tried it, and then my teammate Dan tried to go on the outside of me, and then he got a little a wobble from the bumps, and then I jumped back up to the top. And on the last lap, I tried to throw a slider on Jake and 3 and 4, and I cleared him, but my bumper still hit his nose. So I'm sorry, Jake. Although I know you said that it was clean, but it still was a 2X, and I don't like making contact with other people, especially with sliders. They're not the cleanest thing in the world.
Right. It was clean. It was good. I mean, you got an X on it, but you know what? It was a good slider, and I thought you had him. And I think Jake's cut a little bit too tight. That's what got the bumper on it. But you know, you're a great competitor. You drive everybody clean. What I'm really disappointed in you is that I've seen you race like 2-3 times now. And I used to watch you prior to the last 2 or 3 times, and you haven't caught any fences. Your catch fence. What happened? Are you trying to stay off the fence?
I'm trying. I've been trying to finish races. Although when you hit the wall and you flip, it's usually guaranteed TV time because you're the caution. But the TV time, I want to be up in the top 3 racing for the win. That's good TV time.
Well, I tell you, I agree with you but what I've been seeing with some of these races, not so much United Dirt Sim Series, some of these guys are paying like $5 for like the best flip. I said, hey man, Dustin should be going into all these races are willing to give $5 and $10 to the best flips, because you could actually earn a living going to some of these races, right?
Right. Yeah. The only thing I don't want to do is become catch fence in real life. That would hurt.
Oh, expensive.
And, be expensive.
Oh,
yeah.
That's too expensive. Hey, how's your dad doing? Didn't your dad give up $25 or $50 for the fake 500 for a person to knock someone off the pole? I mean, off the 33rd spot.
Yeah, it was a bump day. It was.
Yeah,
my dad threw up 50 for Kevin Click to get bumped, and Josh Chen took it, and then Click goes from being bumped to winning the fake 500. So that was a good memory.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, when your dad did that, I said, God, he must have bumped his head. $50 and knocked him off, and then he goes off to win it. But that is so cool of your dad to get involved with this iRacing and sim racing with you. I mean, does he watch you race?
He does occasionally, and usually likes to make fun of me or say that I suck, or always tries to give that veteran advice or something. And I don't know why he's trying to give the veteran advice. He raced Saturday and hit the tire, so I'm giving him crap for hitting the infield tire. And I was like, it's not a powdered donut. You don't eat it.
And those tires do not move.
No, they're like, there's like nothing in the middle of them, but it's like concrete.
Yeah. Well, you worked your tail off to get that. I thought for sure, that slide job was going to do the trick, and Jake just cut underneath it and got the little bit of run because you were still sliding when he cut underneath you. So he had the moisture and the momentum up on the top side to come down. But that was a great race to watch you come up. To the podium's position, and it's great to watch you race and just about everything to watch you race. I don't know if you race NASCAR trucks, but the United Dirt Sim Series on Wednesday night's gonna this Wednesday they're starting their series of the truck race. Maybe you're gonna have to get involved in that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be there. Elbows up, will be there. That's for sure. I actually ran a lot of trucks and Xfinity stuff this past week at Chicagoland, and I've been winning quite a bit and saving tires. So I'm learning some stuff. I am getting ready for Wednesday.
Hey, well, I think you did a great job. It's always nice watching you race. It's always nice to talk to you. Plugs mom's donuts. Don't forget that. But go ahead and thank everybody, your all your family and your sponsors. And this is your opportunity, my friend.
Yeah, I like to thank Crescent Donuts, Jessup Logistics, Catch Fence Apparel, Elbows Up for always. This is actually a new setup, and it's killer. I love it. It just drives on its own, and I'm just steering. So it's when you get a car like that, it's a thing of art. I like to thank Anderson Speedway. I like to thank Over the Wall Photography, Motorsports Beat, just everyone who's all involved on this deal. It's always fun.
Well, congratulations. Hey, talk to Mom. I'm out in California. You guys are into Indiana. I don't know if Mom ships donuts. I'm willing to pay for the shipping. I'm willing to try a half dozen donuts. I drink Captain Morgan, and I think the Crescent Donuts would work just about right with Captain Morgan and donuts, and maybe we can start pushing our donuts out here on the West Coast. But congratulations, and you have a great night and celebrate.
All right, thank you.
See you, Dustin. Dustin Griffiths, your third place finisher, working hard to go to the front tonight. Let's pull up our second place finisher, Jake Greenwood. Jake, this is Billy up in the tower. You got your Discord on?
I got you.
Wow, 305 win, 360 second. A hell of a battle with Dustin Griffiths and Randy Shreves and Ziegers, and you did it, especially on the last lap with Dustin. He did a crossover. I thought it was clean. You crossed back over and got the nose a little bit, so I think it was more of a racing deal, and he doesn't like racing that, and he apologized for that. What a great guy he is. I've interviewed him twice, and he's always apologized if he made a mistake. But you were a man on the mission to try to go after Nygaard for a minute. You got closer into the last yellow, but what could have you have done to catch Jason?
Well, I had one shot there that I thought I was on him pretty good on one of those restarts coming out of 2, and I thought, well, now's a better time than ever. So I went for it, and I kind of chickened out. I thought, I'm pretty sure I would have had him cleared. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch. I thought I could have had him, but I don't know. I just didn't feel good about it, so I kind of chickened out of it and just let him rocket back around the top and just fell back in line and waited for another opportunity. But that was pretty much the only one I got. Jason's pretty dang fast, and you may not get very many opportunities with him, so I probably should have went all in for the one opportunity I had there. But with Dustin there at the end, I didn't know if we touched or not. I thought maybe he got in the wall or something. I just tried my best to cross him under as good as I could there.
Yeah, no, it was a good little battle, and I just got a text from someone, and I can't mention names, but he says, you pussed. So that means you pussed out of something. I don't know what it was, but you had Jason was up on top. I thought you were going to venture on the bottom a little bit, but I knew that you wouldn't because you really couldn't afford to give up, a quarter of a second, especially with Dustin, hot on your tail, and you had to stay up on top to run with Jason to run. And I knew Jason, if he was going to do anything, he'd probably do a slider all by himself to try to make up some ground. But I knew he was going to stay at the top, and he wasn't going to do anything but stay at the top. And you were battling and coming, and then when Dustin and you started battling, then you started losing a little bit more ground. But you did great tonight. A first and a second. That's awesome for one night of racing. Congratulations. Go ahead and thank sponsors again. You never get tired of thanking your family and friends and your sponsors, so it's all yours, my friend.
Definitely DeZine Metal Art for sure. Works graphics for this beautiful 360, and it's also on my 410. Dave Ward did that one especially, so it's a very nice car. I definitely like this one. This one might stick around for a couple seasons. DeZine Metal Art for sure. If I said them already, I can't remember now, but DeZine Metal Art again. They're on the back stretch of Knoxville there again. Check them out if you're coming down for the Nationals or any Saturday night. Jessup Logistics as well, and then Pushing the Cushion Productions for the awesome broadcasts, and UDSS. We're doing a really good job here to get these races going. Tonight was a little rough, but we'll see what we can do to improve for next week.
Yeah, it was great to see great racing. A little bit, got a little ugly here tonight. As like I said, it was one of the first time I've seen so many yellows in a long time. But that's part of racing. It's just things happen, and that's why the UDSS works on no waiver rounds and no repairs. Hopefully it calms things down a little bit. But congratulations on your second place finish, and we'll see you next Sunday or Monday.
And thank you, Billy.
Thank you, my friend. Jake Greenwood, your second place finisher in tonight's 360 Outlaw Series. All right, we're gonna bring him in. We're gonna bring in the master magician, just one of the fastest cats around in the country. Jason Nygaard, this is Billy up in the tower. You got your Discord on?
I got my Discord on, Billy.
My gosh, you're just unbelievable, man. You put on a great show. I mean, I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't care how fast you are, but when you race with us, and since I announce the races and I get to watch you, you always put on a good show for the racing fans and our live viewers, and I thank you for that because you're fun to watch. I knew you weren't going to go to the bottom. I knew you were going to stay at top. I thought you'd maybe do a couple sliders by yourself to see if it's any faster, but nobody had anything for you tonight. Jake said he probably had something at the end, but he just couldn't run it, and I knew he couldn't do anything. And we talked to the same old thing with you about running on top, how fast you are. The car looked good tonight. Did you feel very comfortable with it tonight, though?
That's one of the better setups I've had for this track. I mean, all the bumps going into 3 and in the middle of the corners, I still have yet to find a solid setup for here, I'll admit, but it was a better one.
Yeah. Was it getting worse in 3, or was it staying about? Did you have to drive around it a little bit, or were you just going over the top of it?
I was just going through it because
Okay.
I knew I had the car set up so it was up higher, and I still got to do a little work on that, I think, but it was a lot better than other setups I've had in the past. I mean, I did the spec series last night too, and that setup was it was actually really good. I literally almost was gonna run it tonight.
Really?
Yeah, because I've never made a solid setup for this track.
Wow.
You cannot test the actual race conditions here, by yourself. You'd have to you'd have to burn the track in from zero.
And just burn it, huh? Yeah. Well, you won the 360 last night, correct? I didn't announce it, but you did win the 360 spec series last night.
Yeah.
Right? Yep, that's good. Hey, does Alex, he and you guys put your head together on setups? You guys are teammates. I don't know how close teammates are a lot of teams, but do you guys work together on setups?
Yeah, we generally build the setups for the 410s, but you can take the majority of that and bring it down to the 360s. You just got to change the gear, and the fuel burns a little less.
Yeah, you got to put more fuel in the tank when it makes it looser. But that's really nice of you to give that advice to the live viewers or viewers that are watching too, because a lot of people are still learning and understanding, and I'm sure you're still learning and understanding, but you never stop learning, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've helped Alex win 2 world championships, and we're still finding stuff that just makes speed in these things, and and it applies to these, it applies to late models, it applies to anything on dirt.
Do you guys? I mean, never want to say any speed secrets or secrets because we never want to ask those. But just a question maybe for viewers. I mean, do you guys test a lot? And if you test, do you set the track up like at 50% or dry? And you don't have to answer that. I'm just trying to help out new
Oh
viewers
yeah.
and new racers.
Any like when it's like right now it's I'll call it World Championship Series season for him. So this is basically it's to him it's a full-time job. To me it's it's a part-time job. I mean, we
Right.
pit we're pitting anywhere from 30, 40, 50 hours into practice to be ready for the big races.
Do you really? That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
That's so that's what I tell a lot of these race fans, and that's why we like getting information from you pros that these a lot of kids and a lot of these people, and there is a lot of talent out there, but if you can't drive in traffic and you keep creaming people, then you're not paying attention or putting in your time, and people think that they can do this in 5-10 hours. Is you got thousands of hours in this to be as good as you are. Am I right?
Oh yeah. I mean, this like when I first started, I was getting help from I was getting help from people that would help me, and I've learned a lot from others. I've learned some stuff from YouTube and Google and stuff, and real life chassis websites. But it's you have to find what works for you, and it could be something completely different than like what somebody else runs.
Right. Yeah, no, you're exactly right because I do some I just dabble a little bit. I don't really race a whole ton, but I dabble like in the NASCAR. I just started doing this NASCAR series like 4 months ago that follows the NASCAR races, and we're in our 10th race, I'd say 11th race, but I get my setups and my team, and then we just try to work with each other on setups, and then every time somebody gets my setup, they're going, God, Billy, this thing. I mean, nobody can drive my setups but me, and it's weird because my shit pushes off the earth, and everybody says, but the times are as quick as what they run with their setup, and that is what's totally weird. I don't understand because I always expect someone if I have a car and I could do 14 flat, and you're a better driver and more talented driver, you should be able to go faster on 14 flat. But honestly, they don't, and then they have to go to their setup, and there might be faster, it might be the same, but yeah, it's weird how I have a pushy truck on asphalt and nobody really can drive it but me, and it's as fast as they're fast up, they're going, that's pushing, and so it really doesn't make sense sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, last time I ever did an asphalt race, I did the C Fix truck series that's on iRacing here, and I totally forgot about the tire wear over there, and I just did after 15 laps because I burned the tires off.
I'll bet if you're going to run the cushion like this all the time. Hey, don't forget, maybe Wednesday nights every other week, UDSS has a NASCAR truck series, man. I think it's like $5 to get in. They're paying big bucks at the end of the season. It's only every other week, so maybe you need to look into that, and maybe I can help you with something.
Yeah, you probably could.
And it's fun. I'm really liking the trucks though, but I'm really actually with my interviews with all you. I've had a couple of people mention that my interviews get long, huh? It's like I should start my own podcast, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, where's your next race at? With Alex?
Probably tomorrow night with the Monsters of Dirt League.
Okay. Do you race that league on a regular basis?
I'm mainly running their 360 series. That's every other week, and I'm leading points over there by like 2 points.
Cool. And it's what time tomorrow? I'm gonna come. I gotta come and watch that.
9:30
Central.
I'll
look it up. I'll look it up. Yeah, I always like to watch other leagues too, because I always watch.
It's on SRT. SRTV Network on Facebook, and I think they start broadcasting at around, let's say, like 8 o'clock Eastern.
Oh, cool.
But I think it's Dirt Midgets at Chili Bowl, followed by the limited late models at the Chili Bowl, and then it's the 360s at Knoxville.
Well, good, man. I mean, congratulations on another great win. Go ahead. It's your time to thank your friends and family and sponsors if you like to.
I gotta give a shout out to Alex and everybody over at APR. I mean, I overslept tonight, missed helping them with the Pro Series.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Are you still a team member? With
yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go I might have to go debrief him on that one. But
Yeah.
um, shout out to all those guys. Shout out to all of our sponsors on my car. The CSI Shocks, the Pit Logic app, Next Gen Fab, Wiki Cushion, and Dirt Armada. Billy for the broadcasting and these interviews,
Yeah, they're great, man.
and
I love talking to you talented guys.
UDSS for the league. I mean, it's you have there's rough nights like early the minor mains tonight, but we got to the feature and everybody just cleaned it up, and we got I think we probably had 30 green flag laps or so.
Yeah, hey, before you leave, I do want to ask a question so the race fans, because when the yellow came out and you started getting in to 3 and 4 cars, and they were running every line, they were running the inside, middle, top. When you started getting into back traffic, you did have a big lead, but I knew the big lead was still going to be there because you're a great. You got to be able to start it. You were the pole setter. You were starting. You're good at what you do. I knew you'd still gain 3 or 4 car lengths on Jake, even though he stuck with you better on the last restart than he did the whole race. But were you glad maybe that yellow flag came out, or would you have liked to just seen it go straight green and try to fight your way through those 3 and 4 cars that were literally in front of you running all the lines?
Honestly, I wanted that to go green the whole way because
Okay.
lap traffic on iRacing makes it really interesting because you don't come across it much.
That's good. So yeah, so yeah, that I told the fans, I said, yeah, I don't know, maybe he liked it. I don't know. I mean, if it all depends on what you like to race and how you like to race. Long as they keep their line and they're not trying to do slide jobs, trying to catch you and race with you.
Yeah,
That's what makes the difference.
yeah, like that. I don't know who it was when I was battling with Austin Stern for the lead, but the guy was flipped on his side, and I saw it at the last possible second, got on the brake and barely clipped that guy, and oh, that would have been bad.
Yeah, that would have
But
been really bad. But hey, congratulations on your win tonight. I look forward to seeing you again. I'll try to do some watching here, and maybe one of these days I'll be able to race with you guys. But congratulations, have fun, celebrate, go kiss up to Alex, because if you slept in it, you better be kissing up.
yeah, I'm gonna have after missing this pro race.
Thanks. And he's probably listening to this broadcast. Oh, you slept. That's not what I was told by a friend.
Oh, he might be. I never know sometimes.
Well, congratulations, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, and
Th-
I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Jason. Jason Nygaard, your A feature winner here at the United Dirt Sim Series 360 Outlaw Series at Charlotte. Sorry, guys, I turned this thing into a little podcast. I like these racers to talk. I like you race viewers to learn a little bit. If we can get them to talk a little bit about setups and what they could have done better, because it teaches all us rookies things. And it's nice that you have Jason Nygaard explain a little couple things, like you could take the 410s and bring the setups down, and it's just interesting. It's like the buckshot. He didn't make the feature tonight, but you talk to Billy, and he's always trying to help everybody. So and these pros, it took them a lot to get there, but they're willing to share their time and what they've learned to us new racers. So we can't thank them enough. This is Billy Idle, Billy Bowerman's real name. We're going to be going out here tonight saying thank you for joining us. Stay safe. Peace out. Love y'all. Good night, everyone.